Like I told you, I don't want you to wait till the fourth Thursday of November to say, you know what, I'm finna sit down and really be thankful for. I'm talking about every day you get up, every day, to be thankful and grateful for what you have and who is in your life. Welcome, family, to the Bacon Bits Podcast, where we desire for you to take the bits of information and immediately apply them to your life for success. The ground rules for our podcast is that it will always be encouraging, uplifting, and informative. The areas of life that we'll be talking about on the Bacon Bits Podcast is dealing with having a balanced life. And I need to hear y'all say it. Say valuable. Information applied equals success. And what we're going to be talking about on this wonderful episode today is Thanksgiving. It is such a beautiful time of the year to know that you've lived 11 almost whole months. And it's time for us to have a moment of Thanksgiving. You don't have to wait till that special fourth Thursday of the 11th month of November. You can always be in the spirit of Thanksgiving, man. I think we don't do it enough. We really don't. So a big part of getting to the point where we are in a mode of Thanksgiving is to, I believe, verbally say the stuff out loud that you're grateful for. Don't take it for granted, please. I need you to verbally say it out loud, the things that you are grateful for. I'm grateful for my beautiful queen, my habanero sugar. I am super grateful for my wonderful producer, Shay. I'm so grateful for meeting her mom years ago before we even acknowledged each other. Now it came back around full circle. I'm grateful for the wonderful home I'm in. I'm grateful for the car I drive. I'm thankful for the health that I'm in. And y'all can see I really can go on for a whole episode of really telling y'all thank you. So verbally saying it out loud to know and acknowledge that, like, man, I am so grateful for the life that I live. I have not had to have a moment of regret to look back over my life, that even in the things that I thought weren't good for me, man, I can still give thanks. And this is where people get a lot of one of the scriptures messed up when it says in everything give thanks. They don't say give thanks for everything. It says in everything give thanks. So let me give you a case in point. So you heard me talk before about my dad, and me acknowledging that I might have can remember seeing him, like 6 months and 21 years. And, actual physical days, I'm talking about actual time, 24-hour periods. And the fact that he wasn't in my life is crazy to say this. I am thankful for him not being in my life, because I didn't have to undo what I seen. Because most of us, we actually end up parenting the way our parents did. And sometimes we'll say, I don't want to parent like my parents. And unfortunately, because of how we are built genetically, from what we see, from how we feel, we tie that feeling in with what we saw. And sometimes it's almost like a hamster wheel. It's almost like we end up doing exactly the opposite of what we think we want to do, because guess what? We seen it. We end up doing it. So that's why, unfortunately, talking about the negative stuff, that, sometimes abusers, abused become abusers, because that's what they went through. Not justifying it, but I am just acknowledging it. Guess what? Sometimes what happens, if you've seen bad marriages, guess what? You'll end up being in a bad marriage if you don't acknowledge and be grateful for. Let me learn the steps of what not to do as well as what to do. So in everything, give thanks, not thanks for everything. I don't get thanks for me being molested when I was 8 years old. I don't give thanks, having to go through a divorce. I don't give thanks for that. But in everything, you can give thanks, because if I learned the lessons I was supposed to, see, even though that was a loss, you got to acknowledge some things in your life are a loss. Did I learn the lesson from the loss? In my defeat, did I get development from the defeat? So in that process of being thankful, I can be thankful for the development that came from that situation. so I can become the man that I became. So you got to express it out loud, man. Please verbally say it out loud. Don't just, take people for granted. She ought to be grateful I come home every night. No, I want to be telling my baby I'm grateful that she's here when I get home at night. I'm grateful that she cooks wonderful meals and she gives me great ideas, and we both helping each other achieve our greatest, goals. We're going in such a great direction in our lives right now, and I'm so grateful for us finally doing what it is we feel in our heart that God really has for each of us to do. And I love that we have individuality in our relationship, that we can appreciate each other's gifts and help each other achieve those that gifts and callings that God placed on our life. So just to verbally say that stuff out loud, man. And part of saying this stuff out loud and developing an attitude of gratitude is to get out of what you don't have and be grateful for what you do have, what you are still blessed with. It's hard. It's hard sometimes not to focus on what we don't have. We can really go there like, man, I'm so much in debt. As of, right now, I haven't had to file for bankruptcy. I've done that before in my life. Don't want to do it again. I'm grateful for, what I know this relationship that I'm in is it needs some work, but guess what? It's a relationship worth being in. So I'm willing to put the work in. So I don't complain about, man, I wish I'd have won that $1.6 billion in the lottery. I wanted to bless everybody, but I didn't even play. So how you can't win if you don't play. Yeah. So it's knowing those things of, what, man, I'm so grateful for what I do have in my life, man. I am so grateful, man. The job I got, the people that I'm working with, the people I'm around, it's developing and saying, you know what, I'm grateful for what I do have. And this is the cool part. As I'm being grateful for what I have, God continues to bless me with more of, more partnerships, more networking, more people and resources that's needed, because I'm actually grateful for what I do have. And it puts you in a space to be able to receive more when you have an attitude of gratitude. It should become a part of your daily life. Like I told you, I don't want you to wait till the fourth Thursday of November to say, you know what, I'm finna sit down and really be thankful for. I'm talking about every day you get up, every day, to be thankful and grateful for what you have and who is in your life. I do not put flowers on people's graves. I will tell you that until the day I take my last breath. I want you to give me my flowers now if you appreciate me, if you're thankful for me, or the people that I'm thankful for. I want to get them flowers now. I want to get them cards now. I want to give them, gift cards now. I want to give them, time and resources and me, because I appreciate them. I don't want to wait till they pass away and then you put them. Come on, bro. Come on, baby girl. Do me a favor. Appreciate the people that's in your life now. Even if you say, I'm grateful that, and I know this is going to be a little out there, but I'm grateful that, my daddy busted a nut so I can be here. You'd be like, oh my God, he said it out loud. Yes, I did. Yeah, I'm grateful that I'm here on this planet. God got me here to do what it is I'm gifted to do. Yes. So you always have those moments of, man, do me a favor. Daily, say what it is that you are grateful for out loud. You ought to be grateful. I'm talking about truly grateful every day for how many things you are blessed with in your life. There's a lot of things. Guess what? We messed it up. Let's just be honest. Let's be transparent. I didn't take advantage of the opportunities that I've had in life. And so some of the things that I should have had and don't have is because of me. I didn't put forth the effort. I didn't believe in myself. I didn't say the right things I needed to say at that time in those moments of opportunity, of the moments of blessings. And I didn't take advantage of the process or take advantage of the moment. So that's my fault, but for the things I do have right now that I'm grateful for, to be grateful. Say that stuff out daily. Don't you let a day go by that you ain't grateful for the stuff that happens in your life. Always remember and reflect back on what God has done over your life. There's moments when I couldn't see my way out. There are some things that, man, there's no way I could have made it if it wasn't for God. There are some things I got to acknowledge that, God, it was all you that got me through that period, because there was a lonely, dark, bottomless part of my life that I felt like I was never going to get out of. And God was there to carry me through that whole thing to this point of where I'm at today. And I'm grateful to be able to tell God, thank you so much for all you've done for me. I want to tell others about where God has brought me from. This is the cool part about being grateful and thankful and telling other people about where God has brought me from, it makes me not forget. It makes me not forget that God brought me through a divorce, through bankruptcy, through dad not being there, through being molested, through, and like I said, we can go on and on. You are so grateful that when you tell your story to people, you didn't just experience that just for you to experience it. Most of the time, you've been blessed to experience it so you can tell other people, guess what? If God can bring me out, he can bring you out. When you get a relationship with him, man, you got access to him, and you can get everything you're supposed to get, because now you have access to the one who has it all, the peace, the joy, the love, everything. You really have access to the one. And the thing about it is, always telling people your story, you get a chance to remember how grateful you ought to be that you came through what you came through. There's a lot of those prayers that we wanted answered, and we are grateful that he answered them. And he didn't always answer them the way I wanted them answered. Okay? I always got to remember that. God don't always answer my prayers the way I want them answered, but I am super grateful that he answers them. I'm super grateful that I can look back on and say, Lord, I know I prayed for that, and now that I got that, it's more, more responsibility, more things that I have to take account of. But I'm super grateful that you answered that prayer. I'm glad you answered that prayer no, so that I didn't get that thing that I thought I wanted, and I can look back over my life and say, ooh, Lord, thank you for answering prayer, for saying no. And then I think I'm right now for where my life is at. It was some stuff that he told me to wait. I wasn't mature enough to handle it. And I'm super grateful that he chose to tell me, John, I need you to wait on this, because when I do reveal it to you and I do open that opportunity up for you, you'll be grateful and thankful that it came. You won't just take advantage of it and just blow it. You are in a position to truly be grateful and thankful for what I'm about to open up the door to do. And that's where some of us are at. We got to be grateful that the answer to some of God's prayers is we need to wait, because we aren't mature enough to handle it. That's just like giving my baby girl, when she was 5 years old, if I gave her the keys to the car. Yeah, she had, access to the car. She wasn't ready to drive the car. So sometimes there's some things in life that we don't have. It's because we're not ready. And what we need to do is tell God, thank you for not giving it to me in that season, because I would have blown it. We have to be in a season of being grateful that we can give others gifts and time and attention and resources and connections. The cool part about being able to do that is it makes you appreciate that you are in a position now to be a blessing when you don't even need it like you used to. Back in the day, all the time, and I still do now, I needed the gifts. I needed the time. I needed the attention. I did. I needed the resources. I needed the connections. Now I'm grateful that I'm in a position to be able to be a blessing, to give gifts and time and attention, resources and connections, because God has been so good to me that doors have opened up, not just for me, but me being in a position to point others to things that they need in their life. So when you look back and reflect and say, man, God, you put me in a position to be a blessing, it's cool to be able to see my sons doing the things that they do because of God doing the things that he did in me. I'm so grateful, so thankful for this time that he's done that for me, so I can be a blessing to the people that I love that's around me. I'm thankful to those who have helped me to be where I'm at today. Y'all heard me say certain people, my three homeboys, two of them, that passed away. But I think for the statements that they said that still play in my mind to this day. If I can do it, you can do it. Grateful for Eugene Mars for telling me that. I'm grateful for my boy Ivan Lowe. You can't do that. As soon as he said that, that would provoke my little male ego to push even further past where I know I can be. And then I would have my boy Val, he'll always tell me one more. So anytime I thought I was done, I felt like I was to the point where I couldn't do no more. I can hear my boy Val Johnson say one more. So I love thinking about those thoughts of, people that have been in my life that have helped me come where I'm at. Robert Duckett, once again, helping me with my health. I love telling people. I don't ever want to take that for granted. I want to tell you thank you over and over again. And you be like, man, I did that for you years ago. We talking about some of this stuff that's happened 30 years ago. I'm still thanking people for today, because it was such a monumental moment in my life, and it has built the foundation of my life that I don't want to ever forget, and tell people that I love them, I appreciate them, and I'm thankful for the things that they've done in my life that still play on into my life today. So, man, I want y'all to stay in that position of being grateful for God's provisions. I want you to be thankful for the state of answered prayer. I want you to be thankful for all the many blessings that God pours upon us every day that, man, sometimes we forget and we take it for granted. I want us to be thankful for his wonderful character, because with God's character, it gives me the things that I really love having. So sometimes, we always think about those things that you can't put a price tag on. Like the peace that I have in my life right now, man, I am so grateful for God for giving me that peace. Joy, unspeakable. Like, you always have those moments where you just start goofy laughing at life because it's so good. You can't even put no words to it. You just want to laugh and just say, Lord, you just, it's so good. So don't forget about the wonderful character of God, his love that is just beautiful, man. And then you don't want to forget, guess what? I don't want to forget my brothers and sisters in Christ. I believe everybody on this planet should have a support group, whether that's AANA, Celebrate Recovery, Smart Recovery, and that's just in those areas. But I also believe, like for me, my brothers and sisters in Christ, they are a big part of my life. I'm super grateful for them because there are moments I'm not going to be feeling like life is all that. And I need them to point out some of the great things in life, that life is going good for me. I need some time to just be there for my brothers and sisters. So it's a win-win situation when we can be there for each other, pick each other up, help push each other to the next level. You want to have a support group out there, family. So please get around people that are super supportive, that's super understanding, super encouraging, that you need those people in your life. Don't take that stuff for granted. And please don't take for granted, like I said, everything, the air that you breathe, the blood that's pumping through your veins right now. You ain't even paying attention to it. The fact that you got to blink your eye and there's solution that's going in your eye, you didn't even know what the solution was. The saliva that's in my mouth as I'm speaking, because if I'd have had a saliva, then my tongue would get stuck to my mouth and I wouldn't be able to speak. We can go on and on. I'm not thinking about my heart beating right now. It's beating on its own. There are so many blessings and so many areas you can be thankful and grateful for, man. It's overwhelming. And that's why 99% of the time I'm usually happy. I'm usually positive. It's because I constantly play over and over again all of the things that I'm thankful for and I'm grateful for. And I think about the future thing that God is doing because of the seeds that we're planting in my present moment that's going to develop wonderful fruit in the future. So to say thank you every day, thank you. And there's tons and tons of things to be thankful for. Guys, I love you. I am so grateful for you. To all the people that listen to the Bacon Bits podcast, I thank you for sharing. I thank you for downloading episodes. I thank you for sending them to your family members and friends to be a blessing to them. And together, all we do is win. That's all we do. No matter what, we win. We win. We win. We win. It's a win-win situation for all of us when we're doing our part. Guys, I love you. Please stay in a state of thanksgiving and a gratitude of gratitude. I love you guys. God bless. All right, what's up, family? It's your boy, John Bacon from the Bacon Bits podcast. Thank you so much for your support, likes, and ratings. Please don't just listen, but rate me, follow me, and subscribe. This is an amazing way to offer free support. My beautiful queen and I have some books that we have written for your growth.
So the first book we have is a workbook, actually. It's called Healthy Relationships, and this is a workbook through the lens of faith. Because what makes a relationship healthy or unhealthy? So this workbook is designed, it's a 12-week, it's a biblically grounded course, and every week has a few different principles. So some of our principles, some of our topics that we're covering are respect, cultivating security. And this is not just between a husband and wife. This is between parents, between siblings, between friends, between your bosses, employers. So it's really important, and everyone deserves a healthy relationship.
And also we have The Balanced Life by John Bacon. It covers how to be prosperous in your finances, relationships, your health, your mind, and your spirit. And we also have
The Unraveling, a creative healing journal, pinings, poems, prayers, and ponderings of my precarious life. I've had a testimony of, I've had 2 brain tumors and 2 brain surgeries, and I'm super grateful, but I'm still grieving the process of healing. And this is part of the process. In this book, you have devotionals, you have prayers, and you have some ponderings. And in between these pages, there's a space for you to also be prompted to paint and to create your own, or maybe you want to write something in these books. This is part of your creative healing journal that we get to walk through together.
And you guys can just head over to Kingdom Servants First. Kingdom Servants, the number one, st.com. And you can purchase all 3 of these books. Thank you for your support, your love, and your contributions. God bless.